Welcome to our channel. Today we will talk about solar and lunar eclipses. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun. The eclipse is either total or partial, obscuring the Sun's light. A total solar eclipse occurs when the moon appears larger than the Sun, blocking all direct sunlight, turning daytime into darkness. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth passes between the moon and the Sun, and the Earth's shadow appears to block all or part of the moon's light. Eclipses can be total, partial, or annular. A total solar eclipse occurs when the moon is completely obscured by the Sun. A partial eclipse occurs when the Sun is partially obscured. An annular eclipse occurs when the moon is farther away in its orbit. What is a solar eclipse? A solar eclipse is when the moon covers the Sun, blocking its light. This eclipse can occur when the moon moves directly between the Sun and Earth. However, this alignment does not necessarily result in a total solar eclipse. Solar eclipses occur on average 2.4 times a year. What is a lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes directly behind the Earth in its shadow. Eclipses can occur when the Sun, Earth, and Moon are aligned, at conjunction, or very closely, with Earth in the middle. Therefore, a lunar eclipse can only occur on the night of a full moon. The type and length of an eclipse depend on how close the moon is to the orbital nodes. How are lunar and solar eclipses different? A lunar eclipse occurs at night, while a solar eclipse occurs during the day. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon is directly in front of the Sun in the sky, creating a full moon. Although the moon is present every month, lunar eclipses do not occur monthly. The moon's orbit is tilted about 5 degrees more than Earth's. Lunar eclipses are easier to see than solar eclipses, as they are not related to proximity. The moon is much closer to Earth, more than 300 times closer than the Sun, so the Earth has a greater chance of blocking the Sun's light than the moon's light from the Sun. Also, a lunar eclipse can be seen from a larger part of Earth. Viewing a lunar eclipse with the naked eye is safe, but viewing a solar eclipse without specialized glasses can seriously damage your eyesight. You can use a telescope to get a clearer view of the moon during the eclipse and see everything that happens more clearly. Solar eclipses can have a more profound effect on humans than lunar eclipses. This is probably because the Sun is so important to all life on Earth. Eclipse of March 20th, 2015. On March 20th, 2015, a total solar eclipse will occur across the far north of Europe and the Arctic. The longest eclipse will last 2 minutes and 46 seconds off the northern coast of the Faroe Islands. This will be the last total solar eclipse in Europe for more than a decade. At the end of the eclipse path, the moon will continue to rise from Earth's surface into space over the North Pole. It will reach its northern equinox on March 20th. In Reykjavik, the moon will cover approximately 97.5% of the Sun's surface, while in eastern Iceland, it will cover 99.4%. This will be the last total solar eclipse visible in Europe until the eclipse on August 12, 2026. At the end of the path, the moon will continue to rise from Earth's surface into space over the North Pole. On March 20th, the northern equinox will occur, causing the eclipse to occur just as the Sun rises over the North Pole for the first time in 6 months. Extent of the eclipse. The European Union will be affected by approximately 90 gigawatts of solar power, with generation capacity temporarily reduced by up to 34 gigawatts if skies are clear. This is the first time an eclipse will significantly impact the power system, and the electricity sector is taking measures to mitigate the impact. The Netherlands, Belgium, and Denmark will be affected by about 80% of the solar eclipse. The percentage may decrease by 3 degrees Celsius, and wind speeds may decrease by 0.7 meters per second. Eclipse impact on the kingdom. Astronomical researcher and director of the Al-Zakak Observatory for Astronomical and Geophysical Studies, Dr. Khalid bin Salah Al-Zakak, stated that a total solar eclipse will affect the kingdom on Friday, March 20th, 2015, lasting approximately 2 minutes and 46 seconds. He explained that this partial eclipse will be visible from the north and northwest of the kingdom, the northern border region, Tabuk, northern Tama, Abu Ajram, Arar, Al-Jaf, and the border region in southern Iraq. A solar eclipse is an exciting astronomical phenomenon, in which the moon blocks the sun when it is between the sun and the earth, blocking light from certain areas on the Earth's surface that witness the eclipse. The eclipse occurs because the sun and moon appear to Earth observers to be approximately the same size, even though the sun's diameter is approximately 400 times larger than the moon's, making them appear equal in size. The researcher warned against the danger of looking directly at the sun during an eclipse with the naked eye, as this could result in invisible rays, such as ultraviolet and infrared rays, penetrating the retina, leading to retinal damage. Astronomers emphasize the need to use lenses that allow a small amount of sunlight to pass through without penetrating invisible rays, so that the eclipse can be viewed without harm to the human eye. It is worth noting that the first global regions to see the partial eclipse will be at 10:41 a.m., the first global regions to see the full eclipse will be at 10:41 a.m., the first global regions to see the eclipse will be at 12:09 p.m., and the last global regions to see the eclipse will be at 1:22 p.m.